audience of millions.
An audience of millions, yeah. Hi, millions of people out there.
I didn't touch my nose. Okay.
Right.
This is gold.
This is gold.
Gold.
Hey, guys. Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Passenger... Nope. She's laughing too hard over here. This is not going well.
Okay, it's gonna make me more red in the face. Okay.
Guys, welcome to another episode.
You were laughing
I don't
that
know.
time.
Well, okay, we're just going to start it this way. Guys, welcome to another episode of Passenger Seat. It has been a short minute since we've done the episode, and there's reasons for that. We moved, well, I guess announcement-wise, we moved to Utah.
Surprise!
Surprise! We're in
If
our
you didn't know that,
we're in our
everybody
driveway.
knows it.
Most people who are watching this kind of already knew that was the game plan, and it happened. I made a terrible decision of starting the show before we actually moved and ended up getting caught up with a lot of time trying to get ready to move and go through the process. I had grand plans to do a bunch of stuff before I left. Time ran out way quicker than I was expecting. Life happens. So we are doing an update here. I do have one show that I did record in California back with my old boss, Sunny, from Tax City. That will be airing after this one, but I did want to get an update show before I aired that one up because
we have updates.
We have some big updates.
We moved.
So we moved. We got engaged.
Oops. I was working out. I wasn't wearing it.
You're working out. You're also washing the dishes right now after we had dinner.
It's inside the house.
It's inside the house. It's no big deal.
Our apartment
yes.
that we now share together.
We now share an apartment together. That's been a big change for us. But this has been a crazy... We're going on our third month now. We'll be starting our third month. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because September 8th would be our start of our third month, and that's in 2 days. And so we moved in on July 8th. Technically, it was the 9th, but we traveled out here. Yeah, there was some
we left California on 8th.
There. But yeah, so we've been...
You hear all that?
I can't hear anything. Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry.
We do have the windows open, guys. So if you guys are picking up stuff right now, I'm not hearing it, but it's a nice sunset here. It's got a nice breeze.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Did you see the rainbow? You probably weren't awake.
No, I didn't.
There was the most gorgeous sunrise this morning and a rainbow, and it was really pretty. And the sunset I can see right there is really pretty.
Yeah, everything has been great here for us.
Utah.
We love it. So yeah, that's been our big updates that we've been going through. You've changed jobs. Well, your new job, but it's still the same, doing preschool teaching. I am currently in the search for a job. Is that the best way to put it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Potential.
So,
of
yeah.
job
So
happening.
I don't know. By the time there's a couple things that might happen by the time this airs. So I don't know. I might already have a job. But yeah. So we've been we've been doing a lot of stuff out here. That one I hear. I do hear the blower. So we'll wait for
my
the
neighbor
blower.
does a lot of gardening.
Well, it is one of those things where in the middle of the day, it's hot here, but it's not super hot. Like it's hot. It's 100 degrees. But
it's dry, so it hasn't felt nearly as hot as California has been the past several summers.
But what I realize a lot of people will do is, because it sunsets a lot later here, because we are further north than what we were in California, people tend to work later here. They get home and they're doing yard work till 10 o'clock at night because there's still enough light to do.
Yeah, when we first moved here, it was like the height of summer, really, and so it was light until almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and so it was
a change.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, it's been great though. I guess let's start with the apartment.
Okay.
Let's start there. So moved into a cool place.
Order?
I guess so. Yeah. So we moved into the apartment. We missed the day to pick up our keys because of not troubles, but just cautions that we were taking.
Yeah, I mean, we were hauling a big trailer with this vehicle.
Yeah.
And we were making good time, but the tires started to heat up a little bit.
Well,
so
I guess the laws here on speed for trailers are different than California. So we can push the vehicle a little faster than we would in California. And I was keeping at a California pace the whole time till we were realizing we were short on time to get our keys. Because we thought we were going to...
property management office was going to close.
Yeah, and so what we ended up doing is I sped up a little bit, still under the speed limit, but probably pushing the vehicle with the trailer and the load that we had a little more than we needed to.
Yeah, we were loaded up to the gills. Like, we had this car loaded up to the ceiling. We had the trailer.
Your dog in here.
Completely packed. Yeah, we had
my
dog in the back seat.
The door would close, and there was no room. Like, it was stacked. On top of the car, we had your paddle board, and then on top of that, we had my day bag, my hiking backpack with my clothes in it, and then your
we had our suitcase
up there. And
then on the trailer, we had the roof rack with
that's right.
the roof rack bag, whatever that's
called. Have, when we go camping, we switched over the cargo rack from the top of my car over to the trailer. So that
we were loaded down.
We were loaded down. And that was our second trip out, because the first trip was your vehicle.
Yeah, my car.
With everything that we left at a friend's house. And everyone asked, like, why Utah? And so I joke, but at a serious level, like, the weather is like the first thing I always answer for people, and people look at me like, from Utah, the locals go, you were from California, well, the weather is better. I'm like,
but the weather's been crappy in California.
Yeah, from our family that we have left behind, like, they've been talking about how miserable it is out there with the humidity and everything. And the heat here.
But the main reason I think we really chose Utah was cost of living
and the potential for our future, to be much better than it was going to be in California.
We were trying for years to kind of make things happen for us in California, and it just is too expensive there. Yeah,
and so we made the decision, we planned it, and we said in 6 months, and so we took just slightly over 6 months to get out, just because of some things that we wanted to get done out there before we move. So here we are. We're here, and in our apartment that we love, which is over 800 square feet, I think.
No, it's like 750.
750, is that what it is? I don't know. It's huge compared to what we were looking at in California.
Yeah.
And
one bedroom apartment. It's what they call a walkout basement. So it's technically a basement apartment, but the back of the house is at ground level. So we still have huge windows in the front. It doesn't feel like a basement in the front of the apartment at all. And then the bedroom and the bathroom are the only things in the back of the apartment. And so...
Yeah, and what's nice is, like, we have room for our creative area that we have.
Yeah, we have a huge living room, full-size kitchen.
Our living room has been basically a little sweatshop for us, I guess.
It's been turned into our work area,
and so
craft area.
This past week, because we are working on our invitations for our very, 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 very small wedding that we are doing here, because our parents are forcing us basically to have a wedding.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
I know. I joke, but we weren't looking for a giant wedding. We weren't going into the idea with the traditional style of things. So
the move worked out for us, because we said, well, we'll just have it in California or in Utah and
kind of limit.
Just invite close family.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it, and some close friends.
That's something we were working on, and that's actually, we're rushing that too. Well, I don't want to say we're rushing it, because
it's going to be on our 15th anniversary.
Yes, that is true.
In December.
So we do plan on that, and so for everyone who can't attend, one of the things we are doing live streaming of it, because hey, I have all the capabilities. So for the people who have followed me from Airsoft and everything else, you guys know I have all the capabilities to do a live stream to a very large degree. So we're gonna say, hey, why not? We'll live stream it for family who can watch. We haven't figured out what platform we're gonna be on. I'm still working out the details on that, on internet speeds and stuff like that, but that's coming. And then but we've been working on, oh man, what have we built so far? Well, so we've gone crazy here with the thrift stores.
Oh my gosh.
We love it.
So for those who are not from Utah, there's a chain of thrift stores in Utah called DI for short, Desert Industries, which is like, it's part of the Mormon church. But
it's not like
it's a huge chain of thrift stores, and they're awesome, and they have everything. And so we have
so the first couple days, because we were just trying to fill the apartment with a few things, trying to find some furniture, trying to find some stuff.
We got a dehydrator for $5.
We didn't have a sofa yet, but we got a dehydrator.
Soft serve ice cream machine.
We got a soft serve ice cream machine.
We got...
Again, didn't have a sofa yet.
Most recently, we added
We had nowhere to sit.
Bread machine and a pizza maker.
Wait, did we have our bed yet before
I think we got the
Did
dehydrator before the bed.
Did the
I don't even
mattress
know.
come in yet before?
Maybe not. I don't remember. No, because we got the mattress like the day after we moved in.
Okay.
It came ASAP.
Okay. So I was trying to remember what if we had the
What
mattress
order?
or not.
I don't know.
Yeah. We've recently got
But
a
the
bread
dehydrator is
machine.
like the best $5 I think I've ever spent.
Well, I think
love it.
the ice cream machine is your favorite thing that we purchased because you've been enjoying the ice cream.
The best $5 because it was only $5.
This is true.
Was the dehydrator.
Yes, and so we've got a pizza maker now. We've got an apple core now because we have an apple tree in our yard.
Oh, yep.
Which we're still waiting for ripening.
And then a pear tree on the side yard.
Yeah, and then but yeah, then we finally found a sofa, and then
Yes,
then
we
found some chairs. We did not come with any furniture out here, so it was
except for some pieces
we had
of mine.
The craft table and
We had the
your
craft
grandma's
table set up, and then my hope chest.
and that was it. And the rest of it was all just our, like, I would say 90% were like craft supplies and maker supplies and like
all
our
our machines. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got another sewing machine.
Oh yeah, we did get another sewing machine. That's right.
So we have 3 now.
We have 3 now. I still haven't used it yet. 3
sewing machines. We have a 3D printer. We have 2 cutters.
We
got a printer, a regular printer.
Yeah, I've been working with leather, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should pull out the sewing machine, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like how I've been hand stitching all this leather that I've been messing around with.
Even though we got an industrial,
or
not industrial, but
leather. Yeah. Oh no, it's
heavy,
an industrial.
heavy duty.
Oh well, yeah, I guess that's right. It's called their heavy duty. Series. But yeah. So that has been what we've been doing. And then
we made a light table for my classroom.
Yeah. So and then we went to Harbor Freight. Well, I went to Harbor Freight and bought a bunch of clamps so we can start clamping wood together.
Been doing the wedding invitations. What else have we been making?
We've been 3D printing stuff. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons. That's a thing that's happening. So
we are finally gonna start playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, so back in California, I had a few friends that we thought about getting together and maybe creating something, and just never worked out. Schedules were so kind of wonky. Everything, like the thing that I love here so far, like even with the jobs I'm looking into potentially, like the scheduling is going to be much nicer on me. It's going to be, and it's just going to be much easier for us to excel in what we do.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, it will. Like that's just going to be the case. I know it's been an adjustment for you, but we're still like the best part I think for you is that you've had some 4-day weekends.
Yeah. So I now work 4 10-hour shifts, which that's
nice.
why it's an adjustment. But it doesn't mean I get an extra day off during the week.
So a little bit longer days, but you do get an extra day off in the week, and then I know. But it is one of those things that it's a change, but it's great. I've loved the weather out here. It's been really nice. I did travel back to California for a small 2-day little quick turnaround thing. I had a class I was teaching out there, and I was miserable for the 2 days I was there. The weather, I was sitting in my kitchen with my parents and just sweating from how bad the humidity was here.
Yeah, I don't miss getting out of the shower and immediately sweating and being like, well, I need to get back in the shower again because
like it's been so nice. The mornings have had like this nice little crisp. Last night it's
starting to feel a little bit like fall is coming. Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Last night we had some really beautiful thunderstorms,
which is like
some
the third
rain.
or fourth.
Yeah, and
thunderstorms we've had roll through, which is
it's crazy
so gorgeous.
How weather is cool.
I know there's actual weather. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we had like the rainbow this morning. The sunset right now is gorgeous. Like
we had your friend Katie out for us for a weekend.
Yeah, we had
she
a
was
friend
traveling
come stay with us for a weekend.
And you guys were out.
My mom is coming next weekend.
Yeah, your mom's coming out. But you guys were just standing out watching the thunderstorms that one night.
I got some awesome pictures though.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, it hasn't, I don't know if I want to say it's been an adjustment, but it's been a change, and it's been like great,
a good change
kind of thing. Yeah. And so we've really enjoyed it. And so that's one of the reasons we have not posted up stuff, or at least I haven't been able to get out to do some shows, but I do have, like I said, this episode that you guys are watching now, I have an episode with my old boss, and then I have a few things lined up to start filming here with some people who I know, but I'm the whole point of the show is to like sit with people and have a conversation.
One of the other reasons we chose Utah is because one of my very best friends lives out here.
Yeah,
and so we've been able to hang out with her and her husband and her kids, which has been awesome.
Yeah, which has been a nice little thing.
So we have some friends.
Yeah, and nice. I've been introducing them to my cooking, and they've are now spoiled. I think her
Her
kids
kids were
love
like,
my mac and
"I
cheese
just-
more than their
I really
moms.
go for some of Derek's mac and cheese.
And then we did some on it was Pioneer Day, which is a new holiday to us, which we love.
It's a Utah State holiday, and it's like full on like bank closure, like
4th of July.
It's bigger
style
basically
kind
than
of
the 4th of
thing.
July. It's like a second 4th of July, but bigger than the 4th of July. It's
And
July
so
24th.
there was fireworks and things like that, but we barbecued for them, and so we did some barbecue pork belly and some barbecue ribs, and
so good.
yeah, they were spoiled, and they want more. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of plans for that kind of stuff. I'm still looking to pick up a new smoker because I do miss my smoker back in California that I left with parents. So, but yeah, that's that.
It's not technically their smoker.
It's technically theirs, but I was the one that used it, so it was my smoker.
Okay.
But okay, so
But we skipped over the engagement.
well, we're getting back to that, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I guess engagement then. Okay, so we can get back to talk about that. So we're engaged. Yeah, and it's, I don't know. It wasn't something. It's been something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's been something I've been trying to figure out when the right time to do it was, and it made sense that we were moving in and we were making a giant leap in our life and all this stuff. So I said, you know what? Let's just put on top of all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And let's just throw an engagement in there.
Well, what he really did was
Go ahead.
we're hanging out one day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, because that was building up. Like
I know, but then he like burst into tears, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "What is happening? Like, what's wrong?" And he's
I'm
like,
breaking up with you.
"Yeah, no." And he's like, I love you," and I was like, "Okay, I love you too. What's wrong?" And he's like, "I want to marry you," and I was like, "Okay, I want to marry you too, but this better," thinking in my head, "this better not be your proposal." And he's
Yeah,
like, "I'm
because
not
it was not.
proposing.
It
I'm not
wasn't the right
proposing."
time for a proposal.
But
kind
you
of thing.
were kind of proposing a proposal. You were
Yeah.
you wanted to check with me and figure out timing. You knew we wanted to get engaged.
Yeah,
We wanted
and-
to start taking some next steps, but we wanted to talk about timing.
Well, it's the same thing I told you is that the majority of my life, almost half of it, has been with you, and so there's been so many things that I have accomplished with you and because of you and your support. So it didn't feel right to be secretive and try to pull off this like, I'm going to get on my knee and propose to you. And I'm like, no, this doesn't make sense.
I don't think you would have been able to anyways.
No, I don't think I would have been able to, but I needed to know, like, okay, is this going to make sense? Should we do it this way? Should we? My practical head started turning, and for
As it does.
maybe 2 years, I went back and forth. And so, like I told her, I went through different stores. I checked out different things. I hid my browser history like on every time I was looking for rings or articles that related back to engagements and stuff, because I was trying to figure out like how I was going to do this. And I had a plan. I between 5-8 years, a thing happened where I was driving back through Vegas, and where you spread your dad's ashes, it was kind of this thing that hit me when I was driving through, because his song that we really recognize, or how do I associate him with, is House of the Rising Sun, and it just happened to play as I personally, because you weren't with me at the time, as I was driving through where you guys spread his ashes. So I'm like, you know what, this is a fucking sign, if there wasn't one, and so so that was my game plan. Was it's called Zizek's Road, was to, because we go hiking and stuff like that, or because we go motorcycle riding and shooting and everything else out in that general area as well. I was going to try to make it like this. Hey, let's go visit your dad. Let's go hiking. Let's do that. And then it never came to that because it was everything else. Life got in the way. But because we were driving through to Utah, I was like, oh shit, this is going to make sense. And so should I do it? And this was like,
But I didn't know any of this. I had no clue.
No, you had no clue.
You just said, do you want to get engaged before we leave California so that we can celebrate with friends and family, or do you want to wait? Is it too much, going on?
Because again,
so I said, yeah, let's do it before we leave so we can celebrate.
It was trying to figure out everything, again, with it in mind.
So I didn't know where or when.
Yeah,
or how.
And so it was that whole situation where it's like I knew what was going to happen, but again, the person who's been in my life for almost half of it, I needed to know that she was on board. Not that you were on board, but I needed you to be in the process with me. Yeah. I think is what it was. So
well, and it made it kind of fun for me because I think it helped too because it let me process it, because I was so focused on the move that it
Yeah.
wasn't even on my radar. Like I was like, what? This came out of nowhere. And then I was
'Cause-
like, well, we've been together for 14 years. I guess it's not out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
Well, because
I was so focused on the move.
it happened just about a month before we moved.
Yeah, just
is
about.
when I approached you
Yeah.
with the situation.
But so the fun part for me was that then I
you
got
to ring shop,
and pick out the ring that I wanted.
and which it was simple, it was easy, it was like, and everything started to
off of Etsy.
click. That made sense because I'm like, okay, the person who I've been able to do everything with, okay, here's that process that we are able to do and get ourselves
So it was
through
like,
it.
okay,
And so
shop for ring, buy
there's
the
that,
ring.
and then it was there, and
got
then
the proposal.
I had to wait
Yeah.
for it to come in because we ordered it from India. And
somewhere in Southeast Asia.
it was India. It was coming from India.
Okay.
But the funny part is, like, the day it came in, you asked me, like, hey, is my ring here yet? And I'm like,
I was so excited.
I had to, like,
I want it.
I had to, like, lie to her, and, like, she knows I'm a horrible liar, but I don't know how I was able to, like, swing this one.
And I didn't fully believe you when you even answered, but I was like, I'm not gonna push it. Like, I'll just, okay, fine.
And, like, I don't even know what I said.
You didn't say it wasn't there. You said the shipping date wasn't until like the week after or something like that. You're like, no, the shipping date says this or whatever.
And so I wasn't lying.
Yeah, so that you weren't.
That's how I got
away.
It because the shipping date truly was the week after, but it came in literally that day you asked me when we went out to eat.
I knew.
And I'm like freaking out, like I'm like, oh shit, she knows, god damn it, she saw my email. I'm like, oh no, she's like looking through all my shit, and so I got, but I was like, okay, and then I think you started thinking, like, when's this gonna happen?
So then I'm like, okay, when, like it's getting closer to us moving, like, when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? And then I knew that we were gonna be passing through the 6th road, and I wanted to do something kind of as a memorial to my dad, and so I had it in the back of my mind, but I hadn't really thought of anything. And then literally the day before we left on our first trip out here to take my car out here and do our apartment hunting, I had thought of the idea of memory rocks. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to paint some memory rocks, and I want to leave them there.
The only reason you thought about it was because I said we have to take a drive for
it.
And so, like, which...
but it still didn't click until that night as I was painting the rocks. And then I went, oh, no wonder. Because what you had said, I had told you, I want to stop at Zizek's Road to do these memory rocks. And you said, I figured we'd make a stop anyways.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it until I was painting the rocks going, oh shit, that's what he meant. Like, he's gonna propose.
Because, like, my head went into the situation where it's like, okay, this is gonna be maybe one of the last times we're gonna be able to be here for a while, kind of thing, because it's Zizek's Road is not through our normal travel area unless we go motorcycle riding. And so it was one of those things where we haven't gone motorcycle riding and out to the desert in maybe a year and a half, maybe longer.
I don't remember.
And so it was like, okay, I don't know when this is going to be the process or the possibility of it happening again. So I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be it. And so, yeah, when I said it, I was like, I didn't think you were going to figure it out, but then you figured it out. And then when we got there, which you already knew the proposal was coming. Yeah. But when we got there, it was like, I'm trying to be sneaky. I'm trying to think she has no clue. We're good. I had a camera, and you give me shit about it because if you guys go on my Instagram, there is a...
You can just put the video in.
Well, I guess I could put the video in.
Yeah,
but I was trying to be sneaky. I was like kneeling down like I was tying my shoe. I was placing a camera behind a bush on a rock and trying to tilt the angle to get right. But the ground, like, because the road was elevated a little bit more, by the time I walked out to, like, on the road, like, the angle, like, cuts our heads off. And she's like, you could have had a GoPro. You have all these cameras.
That's the thing is, like, you have super wide angle cameras. Like, all you had to do was stick a GoPro on the ground and hit record, and you would have gotten the full angle.
I was trying to put a GoPro where I'm like, I was trying to be like, okay, my camera's gonna be, because even then you didn't, like, notice the phone was there.
I didn't at all, which is why you could have put a GoPro and I wouldn't have noticed it.
It was one of those things where I was just like, this is gonna, and like she told me as we're driving away, she's like, I knew when you went to the back of the car. I'm like, I said I'm taking medicine, kind of thing. I'm thinking, great.
No, I knew you were getting the ring out.
All right, so I was like, I'm screwed. But anyways, she said yes. So, but
I said maybe.
Yeah,
I guess.
And so, we're now in the process.
No, we were both crying.
It was a very emotional time.
But it was perfect. I think it was perfect for us.
Yeah, I mean, I felt it was one of those things where, like, didn't have the chance to do, and we're not traditional, but I felt a traditional-ish kind of, like, blessing kind. I don't know. It was just it felt right. So we did it, and yes, and now we're working on the wedding, and we are again. It just this next part of our journey in life, and so yeah, I mean that's what we've been up to. It's what we've been trying to accomplish, and now we finally get a moment, and I've been able to like get the house sort of organized in a way that like makes sense to having our gear out. We've been able to do a lot of stuff, and so now that my gear is a little bit more accessible and easy to reach and not feels like it's cumbersome, we're gonna start doing the show again. At least I will start doing the show again. And again, like I said on the first episode with Kristi here, is that she'll probably be a regular guest because she's the easiest guest to get on the show. And so
Most convenient.
yeah, most convenient. And so there you go. But yeah, that's been that whole process. We've been loving it here. Okay, so let's go into the fun part of it. What has been your favorite thing about your move here to Utah?
Probably living with you, honestly.
Really? Oh wow, geez, I thought she was going to
know.
strangle me on certain days. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely get annoyed, but that's here anywhere.
oh, you went the cutesy route.
I
was
not like
gonna
to be cute though, honestly. I mean, I love the scenery. Like really seeing the mountains every day genuinely makes me happy.
Yeah.
But more than anything, I think living with you has been.
I guess we got to go the corny route.
I know. I'm not doing it purposely, but it's the truth.
It
has been, I think, even better than I imagined. It's been awesome.
Ooh, she's saying that now.
It's
Let's
been
wait.
great.
Okay, 6-month update, guys. Let's see how this goes.
Well, it's been over almost 2 months.
We'll be starting our 3rd month, like I said.
Yeah.
And
So I mean, that's a pretty good
Yeah.
chunk of time.
Sure.
It's been an adjustment. I mean, I'm not saying it's been like
Yeah, no, I'm
perfect,
I'm giving you
obviously.
shit for sure.
you
but-
annoy me sometimes, and you're not nearly as neat or clean
Well,
as I would prefer.
yes,
But
I get that, but there's also
putting that aside,
things that we're trying to build and try
I
to figure
know.
out to get ourselves a little bit more organized and cleaned.
but you take something out, you use it, you put it away.
Yeah. It goes into this side of the room to this side of the room. That's pretty much. It doesn't have a proper place to get put away yet, so that's why it's like that. But anyways, yeah, I will say I'm not totally enthused about getting punched in the middle of the night to stop me from snoring.
What? No. You told me to wake you up.
Not by punching and kicking.
I have not punched you. I accidentally hit you once. I accidentally hit you because I forgot that I shared a bed with someone else on the regular and rolled over and accidentally bumped you and then was like, what is that? And then like woke up and was like, oops.
Yeah.
Sorry. But you didn't even wake up. You didn't even remember that the next morning.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Don't give me crap for that.
No, it's been fun. But
Not the snoring though.
Not the snoring. We bought something that
working on
hopefully will fix that. I mean, it's not.
It hasn't been bad actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just you are a light sleeper, and so the little tossing and
bit.
turning can really screw with you. And I don't want to screw.
But our bed has helped because we got like the top rated memory foam mattress on Amazon, and really I can't feel you like
Yeah.
moving around. It's one of those where like I think you could do the commercial with the wine glass on one side of the bed and drop the bowling ball on the other side of the bed and the wine wouldn't spill.
I don't know if I would give it like Amazon top rated, but it's not my like.
No,
top
it's
rated,
not my
but
top rated either.
It's not at all. There will not be links to the product in the description below. We do not endorse it.
No, but you can go look on Amazon the top rated mattress. I mean, it hasn't been terrible, and I think we've broken it in. Like, my side's gotten a little softer because it was a little hard.
It's still really firm compared to the bed I had. I really like the memory foam I had back home.
But you like firm.
Yeah, but no, this is like a weird firm. It's not. It's not the same.
It's a weird mattress.
Yeah, it's not. But anyways, and so.
What's been your favorite part?
Oh, okay, so you're going that way. Okay. I think so far, like just the greenery and everything. I'm not going like it's so much. Like I know you were talking about it. It's so much more beautiful out here.
It really is.
I'm a desert kid. I've always grown up loving the desert. Barstow Desert in California has always been an escape for me. So coming out here, and this is supposedly desert. It doesn't feel like desert.
I mean, a big chunk of the state is desert, but we're in a valley.
Yeah, and so, but the
between two mountain
beautiful
ranges.
part, like we've already gone Again, this is the second time out to Antelope Island that we made it out with a friend. We went
Really
to
beautiful
what was the
out there.
caves that we went to?
Timpanogos Cave.
Okay, so we went up
Timp
there.
Cave for short. We did a hike up there. That was awesome.
Yeah, and just the views, and honestly, in our backyard, like I've walked out of grocery stores, and I have to pause because the mountains just take that your breath away.
Like I said, seeing them.
Yeah, and that's
genuinely makes me happy.
we're 10 minutes away from the base of the mountains, and so that's a beautiful thing. Our backyard is amazing.
Really looking at our backyard.
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
We have beautiful giant windows in the front yard that I open up, and I'm cooking every day, and just get to see this beautiful sunsets. I get to see the trees, everything. The
also,
weather has
everyone
been
has
awesome.
been really nice. Like we have some really nice neighbors.
Yeah, that's been always a great thing too. Again, I mean, it's I could care less necessarily about the people.
Just the fact that there's less people, and in
so
general, they're a lot less rude than
nice.
people in California.
Yeah, that's been so nice.
In general.
But yeah.
In fact, I think so far we've met like one pretty rude person, and she was from California. She was working in the grocery store, and that's like the only instance so far where I've had someone be pretty rude, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
But she was from California.
it was an interesting situation, and I wouldn't say it was rude. It was
she wasn't like outright rude, but she wasn't particularly friendly.
It wasn't
either.
friendly like every other interaction we've had at the grocery store,
–
which I've been loving the grocery stores out here too.
Winco.
Yeah, our groceries have been so cheap, but
everything is so much cheaper.
But
that cost of living.
I will say the vegetables are not as good.
The produce hasn't been as good.
Not as good.
Definitely no California avocados.
Which I get it. I totally understand that kind of thing. But the crazy part is we've had so many, like the neighbor across the street does fresh vegetables. They have
so
garden.
many people have gardens. So like Ashley, my best friend, has a garden.
Yeah,
our neighbors have a garden. So all the produce that we've been getting from like friends has been
great.
Really good.
Great. And so that's the one thing we realized we're going to be, I think, relying more on is
and like the
local
farmers market. There's lots of farmers markets.
And so that's been great. So
the garlic is massive and amazing.
That was from a sheriff's garden.
It was from like the prison.
Something
prison.
To do with,
I think the prisoners tend the garden or do the gardening
like
or something.
So,
some kind of like program that they do.
They were at the.
But they were at the farmers market, and that garlic was
we bought some garlic. And,
huge.
Oh, that's made some great garlic bread. It's made. What else have we made with that? I don't know. But anyways.
Yeah.
So, what's the thing you miss most about California?
Avocados. That's what I miss the most. But I have been missing avocados. I hate to say it because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But I've been missing my job.
Your other job.
Yeah, I mean, I spend 40 hours a week there. That's where I spend most of my time, and I really have missed. I'm gonna cry. I mean, I miss my kids. I miss my coworkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say for me, I'd probably be in the same situation, is missing my my job, not in the sense of like it's like I want to go back and work there, but it's that whole thing where you do spend most of your time there, and because right now I'm not in a job, so I don't have that kind of like change in mindset, but it is one of those where you're missing just hanging out with people that are fun. I don't necessarily like the work aspect or the kind of like BS that comes with working at an airsoft place, because it is very toxic. The community's toxic, not the workers. The workers are great, but the community, there's like, I would say 90% of the airsoft community is very toxic. 10% is awesome. At least from my experience. I wouldn't trade it. I love the airsoft. I mean the airsoft. I loved airsoft. But Southern California airsoft is some of the worst airsoft out there. And that's just from my experience of like meeting other people from across the country and being around it for the time I have. That's the thing I don't miss, but I do miss the people that I worked with and the fun I had with that 10% of people that were.
Yeah, I mean, I miss my people, like my friends, my coworkers.
Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that. I think that's really it, because I don't. The traffic has been great. I don't miss the traffic. I don't miss like none of the. There's been no food that I've been craving.
I don't miss the like crowdedness.
Because when I went back, it was so rough. Like just driving down some of the streets with the amount of people that were like parked in California compared to what it's out here. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely like. I think a lot of people already feel like, oh yeah, they're already converted, and so I I don't see us going back. It's gonna be a real hard sell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because
It's just so hard with the cost of living and the crowding.
yeah, because
Like, it makes a
if
huge
anything,
difference.
like we'd probably move out further and further away from population, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
I guess like just the I don't know how to say it that doesn't make us look like bad people, but or negative. But it's been nice to like have that little piece of space that is not overcrowded with
I
people.
don't think that makes us bad
And
people. I think it just is normal to want to have, like, your own space.
yeah, and it's so weird because I've talked to people who like just being here who are they are like, oh, you're from California, and it's that kind of thing, and they go, oh yeah, this and this, and I go, oh, I hate to burst your bubble kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I mean there's great things about California, but there's a lot of things that like the rest of the country I think has a lot more to offer right now, and I think there's a lot more potential of like having a better life.
I mean, I
Other
think it's
than
just all in your perspective and
It's
what you
it's
want.
very possible. And so, but yeah, it's that's not to take it on to a downturn or anything with the show, but yeah, that's been what we've been doing, and it's been a lot of fun. We've been enjoying ourselves out here. What's one thing you're really looking forward to here, to as we get more into like stuff?
Being
Like,
outdoors more.
being
Like,
outdoors
more
more.
hiking, just doing more stuff.
Yeah, I definitely the outdoors.
Having more time
I mean,
together.
actually getting to see snow like fall. Like I think that's gonna be cool.
Oh, yeah, you've
I
never
mean,
actually seen snow fall.
I've never seen snow
You've only
fall.
been to the snow once.
I've only been to the snow twice. Well, because our anniversary when we went up to Big Bear it was snowing. Well, it didn't snow, but there was
I
snow.
mean, there was, like, barely snow on
there was
the ground.
there was a good couple
Barely.
inches of snow. I mean, and then when we went to when we went up to
Yeah, when we went
sledding,
tubing.
yeah, there were,
Yeah.
I mean, again, that was I think it was more
No,
man-made
that was
snow.
more manufactured. That's the thing is
But-
that we don't get a lot of snow in California.
No, not
Unless
at
you're
all.
driving,
Unless you're
like-
going out to somewhere where there's.
But even then,
snow.
it's a lot of man-made snow. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I think
The thing I've been excited is just the new exploration, even that it's
Yeah.
been urban exploration, just finding the grocery stores that we like, or finding like seeing all these little shops. Like we were in unfortunately a shop that is shutting down, but we were in a small
really cute, like mom and pop sewing shop.
thank you. And so we were in one of those places, and so we've been looking at leather places and woodworking places. We've been going into all the thrift stores. We've been
All the thrift
driving
stores.
around and just seeing the different stuff. And so I think that stuff, and like being in Orange County my whole life, it's been one of those things where you get stuck where, and not that you get stuck, but that you just get so used to that burger place being on that corner that you're used to, or going to this corner here and knowing that there's going to be the drugstore there.
You
It's
get
been-
kind of used to your bubble.
Yeah, and so I mean, here we're gonna create a whole new bubble, but I think finding those little things and getting out of our comfort zones of trying out places. We haven't eaten out a lot because we're still trying to budget because we're both like I'm still not working. You're working, which keeps us afloat for a lot of things. But once we both have income coming in and everything, it's going to be it's not that we don't have income coming in, but more fluid income. Let's put it that way. We'll try a couple more places out and see a couple more things, and I can't wait to get outdoors, like you said, more. My big thing, I wish we would have got to it before the season ended, but I think it's coming to an end, is the Olympic Park up in Park City,
yeah.
because they have like all kinds of summer like things that you can like tube on like the slopes that the skiers, and so I'm like, tubing with no snow I think is cool. There's a bunch of zip lines, all kinds of stuff that like just seems cool to like screw around with for a day. The altitude sickness screwed me up the first time we came out here. Hasn't screwed me up this time because we
I think the
took some
Altitude
altitude.
RX,
Yeah,
the supplement really helped.
not a sponsor.
No, but we could link to that one because it really did help.
Yeah, that was actually
Like
very
the
solid
difference from our
stuff.
first trip out here to when we actually moved out here was
Yeah.
huge.
So now I'm really excited knowing that I can get up to Park City and check out some of those places, because that really did screw me up last time. We were out here getting up to elevation
Yeah.
that was not used to, especially that we've been ocean elevation our whole lives basically.
At sea level.
Yeah, at sea level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what else is there. I think that's as
I think we
far as
covered it.
updates go wise.
We'll
That's
do
been
another
everything.
one when we get closer to the wedding, maybe.
Yeah, and so we'll definitely be
We can
doing.
talk wedding stuff.
Oh no, I'm good on that. Um, and so you don't even like talking
No,
wedding
I
stuff, so
don't.
you do that because you like torture me, but you're in the same boat as me. We've
I
both had
know.
like these like oh, and then when we have to have the talk about what we're gonna do,
I know.
we've both kind of just been like,
I'm like, okay, we got to do this.
why? And then like you've trapped me sometimes where it's like I'm getting ready to get to bed, and then you like pull out a notebook and like we have to do this. I'm like,
So
now, why now? So.
It's so true. I have a little notebook. And he knows once I pull it out.
Like, I'm going to bed.
I've got
I
a
was going to
list
sleep. Why are we having to do this?
of topics
I was going to play
we need to
games on
cover.
my iPad. Why? But,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Fun
mean,
times.
we're looking forward to family coming out and seeing what we're doing. I don't know if we're looking forward to the wedding necessarily.
I mean, I am. I don't want to. It's not like I wouldn't be doing it if I really didn't want to.
Fair enough. She can look forward to the wedding. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I've been helpful, so don't. I'm not.
Not saying a word.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we have that going on. I don't think there's anything else really. I mean, once I get out to a couple different things out here, we're going to try out some stuff and see some things, and we'll keep you guys posted with everything. And so I do have, like I said, I have an episode with my former boss, who really was a really great talk to. We did. That was the tough thing because that I think that's what I miss a lot actually thinking about is that like having that regular like podcast that we did for Tax City, like that was a weekly thing that I got to sit there
Yeah.
and like just shoot the shit with people. And so that's been something, again, working towards it, and hopefully we can get it weekly, or I can get it weekly for you guys. I keep saying we, like me and you are doing the show all the time, but you are
I could, but I think it'd be boring having me every week.
yeah, you are not. I'm not agreeing with that, but I think we'd have to get deeper into.
We have to find like
yeah.
topics. Yeah.
But you are the something co-host. How could I put that? Anyway, I'll figure.
Occasional co-host.
Occasional co-host. We'll figure.
Sporadic.
We'll figure out a term for you. Look at, we got bugs flying through. Oh, that's been the cool thing too. We've had like all
Different
kinds of bugs out here.
I wouldn't say there's necessarily been more, but there's been like different ones,
Yeah,
which is exciting.
and so that's been
The
exciting.
spiders make me nervous though because I don't know them and I can't identify them all yet.
Quite yet.
So that makes me a little
There's been
nervous.
some good spiders.
Is this a scary spider or
But,
just a harmless spider?
Yeah. And so, but yeah, we'll get that other show up too
Oh, and a
after
rat.
this.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we don't know. It could be a Norwegian mouse or it could be a rat.
I don't know.
Been going back and forth on this. We have a log pile in front of the house, and we're working on eliminating the log pile.
But we have a friend.
We have a friend that it's
A second pet.
yeah. Don't tell
I mean, it's
management.
pretty cute.
But yeah, it goes from one of the bushes we have, and we see it. I see it almost daily, and so
I see it every couple days.
yeah, and so I haven't seen it today though, so we'll have to wait and see if we see it tomorrow. Oh, and we almost had a cat come into the house the other day.
I didn't hear that story.
No, I didn't tell you about that story. I was in the kitchen. I don't know what I was prepping for, something like that. Oh, that's the other thing we didn't talk about is all the food you've been having.
We've been having that you've been cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's not a regular thing that you got back home. You only got my food every so often, kind of
I
thing.
know.
But yeah, a cat.
Had to work out extra to compensate.
Oh, such a tough life.
I didn't work.
So
I didn't
hard.
workouts to compensate for all the
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah, so hard, so tough. But I was prepping something in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I saw this like black mass like run by the window, and I'm like,
Jeez.
"What is going?" And so I rushed to the door, and as I rushed to the door, this black cat is like looking to come inside the door, and I'm like, "Hi!" And it like freaks out and like stops, and then it kind of moves and like runs away, and I'm like, "Okay," I'm like, and then like got to the edge of our stairs that we have on the back porch. And like looked back at me, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, "Are you gonna come back? Or are you gonna go away?" And then it like kind of didn't know what to do.
Was it just a solid black cat?
Yeah, I saw a black cat. Have you seen it in the morning? Yeah, he's been out by the
It's a
car a
pretty
couple times.
cat.
Yeah, he's somebody's cat out here
Yeah.
for sure. But he almost came in the door when I was doing the stuff. But yeah, food wise, I've been buying all kinds of knives and cooking stuff and pots and pans, and we've been having some really good food. Tonight was taco salad.
Yeah, it was good.
What did we have last night?
Last night we just had chicken and rice. We had leftovers.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
we had
much.
chicken patties with rice-a-roni kind of stuff. Then we
And then for that
had
was sausage.
we made fresh pizza this weekend.
Oh yeah, we did.
We've had I've made you ribs a couple different times. We've had enchiladas.
Yeah, your enchiladas are good.
Yeah, we've been doing the tortillas that are I'm not making fresh tortillas. That's just too much effort.
No, but we get the raw ones. Those are good.
Yeah, the raw ones that you cook, and they're usually from like Costco or Sam's Club. And so, yeah, Sam's Club's been a cool place for us. We got a really good deal on our thing. Again, not sponsored.
But if it's still up on Groupon, go check out the Sam's Club membership
Groupon,
deal.
not
It's
sponsored.
a really good deal.
I just got to say, they're not sponsored by anything.
Nope.
So anything we say, we're just endorsing because we
Nope.
enjoy it. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, advertisers.
But if you want to sponsor us, JK.
Yeah,
The, like two people that are watching.
2 people that are watching. But we appreciate those 2 people that are watching.
Absolutely.
Again, I go back into it like where we do this, and this is for myself. This is I talked about this on the first episode. I could care if there's 5 people. I could care if there's 500. It doesn't matter. I'm doing this because I really just want to sit in my car, talk to people, and share stuff with who's ever watching. Yep. And it's more just again, a personal therapy thing for myself to just let stuff go.
On that note, we have peanut butter ice cream waiting. So let's end the show.
Fresh peanut butter ice cream that I've made again. And so, yes. Anyways, we've been going on a ramble for quite a bit. I will keep you guys updated. Follow myself on Instagram at Producer Derek. You can follow Kristi at DelightfullyKristi.
KRISTI.
There you go. If you guys see anything out there or people out there in Utah who might be watching this and think, hey, you might be a guest on the show, I'm always interested for a good conversation. So go ahead, send me a message, comment below, do all the weird stuff you're supposed to do. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode. See you guys.
Bye.